Welcome back to another video. This is a new video, a new series on Borderlands 2 that some people have been requesting, and I'm kind of burnt out on what I was doing, so I'm going to kind of mix this in between it, refreshing up. But since I hit 4,000 followers, I decided to kind of undertake this since a lot of people requested it, and it's doing a series on what I want for Borderlands 3. Now, Borderlands 3 is very far away. So don't get this as I think it's coming soon. We're not going to see it for quite a few years yet. But why not just kind of talk about some of this stuff now since people have been asking for it. So in the first video here, I want to talk about reducing fire rate for increasing damage. This is something that Borderlands has kind of failed at in almost every regard in 3 games now. There's been very few successful guns that have been slowed down but increased power. The Unforgiven Masher is about the only one. I mean, I guess Mashers overall in Borderlands were pretty good, but not all the Mashers had that reduced fire rate like the Jakobs ones. So here I have the Godfinger, Trespasser, Cobra, Rex, Unforgiven, Elephant, and Buffalo. Now, there are more than just these guns that have been kind of hampered by this, but Blue Jakobs and, of course, you know, the Godfinger, which got treated like one, are at the top of the list for that. Now, when you see this, 0.6, 0.4, 0.8, and 1.9 on the Unforgiven, but a normal Jakobs has... What do they have? I don't think I stole the Maggie on me. I don't. But they have insanely fast fire rates. None of these quite have the damage to make up for that. In fact, DPS-wise, these are all terrible guns. Now, a slow gun's never going to be great at DPS, but it should be great at burst fire. And the problem is they just don't, not burst fire, but burst damage. They still just don't have that damage that they need. Now, you can make them work, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate as I go through. But I like that kind of gun, that kind of play style. And I really wish Gearbox would get it right. You can see this guy with the shield. Now, the Godfinger has extra damage at range. Oh, this is a good example here. You see that barely damaged him. So even Slag with phase lock. Now I can't see because I'm getting overrun because my gun's too slow. And this is a problem. Why is that not hitting him in the head? So you can kind of see here, this is a big problem. I was able to get up there with some sweet shooting. But, these guns are really hard to use. And they can put you in a lot of bad situations because they are slow, but sadly their damage isn't really worth it. And I'm a defender of these guns. I actually like these guns. One of the few people that probably defends them. You can see there, 4 shots. Now, the Godfinger does not have increased damage like the rest of these. Let's see, where's my Unforgiven? But this is the fast one. You can see how that was pretty damn slow. And these things, unless you hit crits with them, they really don't do shit. So a few things I would like from these guns. One is the damage needs to be way increased on all these guns. It's just incredibly too low. The next thing I would love to see with these is some kind of knockback effect. Because if these guns are really that powerful as they should be, when they hit the enemies, crit or no crit, there should be a stutter, stagger, knockback, some kind of show of force of these guns. But I really want Gearbox to fix these, because it's a good concept to use with guns. They should have these kind of guns in the game, but they should do them right. Like I said, the Unforgiven Master is about the only one they've gotten right so far. But then we got the Unforgiven in Borderlands 2, and it's not right. You know, 3 kills there, shots there with a Rex, but it's got a fire rate of 0.8 as a pistol. And now you see all these enemies on that map, and really I'm just going to be screwed if I try to take them on. Oh, is that another guy coming from behind me? I thought I saw dots over here. I did.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I can definitely kill enemies with these, but I'm usually just better off using other guns.
Stop struggling.
You know, here's so there, I'm able to take him down. Like I said, definitely possible, just not that effective. And that's one of the main things I really, well, not main things, but that's a thing. I don't think there's a main thing I want them to fix. I think the Borderlands franchise is incredibly well done, well executed. So it's more on the little things I want them to fix, and maybe they're big things, maybe they're little things, who knows? I guess people know, but yeah, there's just, as good as things are, there's always room for improvement. Yeah, see, here I'm shooting in the back. So with the wreck bonus, I'm unable to finish someone because I can't get their crit with one of these guns. That's just not good. But these kind of guns should not need slag and OP8 at all. They should just one-shot. Now that guy was a little close, and I had Accelerate. It was the Godfinger. But you get what I'm saying. You know, this is the prime example of it here in my hands. The buffalo. Or, sorry, elephant, right? But they're unslagged midget, small health pool. I'm not one-shotting without slag. In fact, that was a miss. Oh.
This will hurt.
But here, I don't have access to his crit. And you saw how little damage I could do there. And that is absolutely terrible. You know, here the Godfinger able to get a little bit more because of its red text ability and able to land crits. But I think it's plenty apparent, and you guys didn't need the video to prove of these guns not being, you know, where they should be. Now, I know Borderlands 2, they have said it was not designed past level 50. Well, at least at release. At least they were not thinking about extra levels. Which kind of sucks, 'cause they definitely knew they were doing it. Oh, seriously, you dick.
Hold it.
I mean, just look how long it's... That was... Oh, come on. Those should have been hits. Alright, let's go Unforgiven. Alright, I don't know why those are not critting. They're clearly hitting him in the head. Apparently his head is no longer there. Am I hitting the sideway? No, he's bleeding. He's just taking 0 damage. So that's interesting. That's a whole nother thing they should fix. Is enemies getting shot and blood squirting out like they're getting hit and then
This
not
will
getting hit.
And stay down.
See, when they register hits, they can die. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos kind of on just small individual topics like this, kind of showing them and featuring them. They're still injured. And kind of intermixing these with my current series of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Top Gear, and my Lilith playthrough. Just because for those couple weeks trying to spit out 3 videos a day, one of each of those, kind of burnt me out on them. So yeah, I'm gonna mix these in. So I guess, you know, thanks everyone for the 4K follows, or 4,000 follows. That's a nice milestone to hit. What the hell's going on with this guy? He is glitched to all fuck. Like, even shooting him in the body. That is fucking weird. Alright, I'm gonna see if this guy can even be really hit here, because this is interesting.
Shut up.
Okay, he can die. But, you know, that's just a good example of, you know, the Pimpernel, not even a fast gun. I mean it's a Pimpernel, but how the slow guns just don't have the damage they should. You know, these guns should out-hit everything on just a single shot, basically. But, you know, sadly, they just really lack that hitting power. And, you know, like I was saying there before I kind of was about to sign off, they... how do I put it right? Gearbox did not design Borderlands 2 past level 50, I was saying. And, you know, when they... what I mean by that is when they originally made the game, they were just thinking of level 50. They weren't thinking of UBHM, they weren't thinking of levels 61 or 72 or OP levels. They, you know, they said, and they were pretty open about that, you know, we didn't consider this stuff, it's taken a lot of rework and balance to kind of figure it out. And that led to some of the problems in scaling for a lot of people for UVHM, although I love it. And these guns are some of those ones that suffer, where people say, you know, UVHM ruined weapon variety. You know, these guns are still usable, but they are weaker, and you gotta be somewhat of a masochist to enjoy using them. And I would like that to be fixed with this. And I know that's a tough balance, because if you make these guns this good in OP8 in normal mode, they're just going to be a joke, and they're going to, like, one-shot bosses. So, I'm not a game designer. I don't have the answers to how to properly scale them. But I hope Borderlands or Gearbox takes a really serious look at these, because they do have a fan base. People do really like these guns. I know I'm not alone on this, and it would be really cool to see them worthwhile, and I think they could be really popular, you know. If they would have combined the Maggie with the Unforgiven and made the Unforgiven an Unforgiven Masher again, you know, really up that damage and critical hit on the Maggie, that, I think people would have absolutely loved it, but, you know, they didn't. So that's all for this video. If you guys have suggestions on topics, please leave them below. I don't have all of these planned out, so I'm going to kind of do them as they hit me, but I'm going to try to keep them small, concise, and to a very small point rather than going broad, and just kind of make a collection of these for my broad Borderlands 3 wishes. So, once again, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, everyone, to get me up to that 4,000 marker. If you are not one of those people that subscribe, please do so, because I want to get to 5,000 and well beyond. You know, I'd like to get close to 20,000 this year. I don't know if that's a realistic goal or not, but in my first 6 months, I got to about 3,500 roughly. And I know, like, growth is somewhat exponential, where, you know, the more you get, the faster you grow, so the rate should keep increasing. The first 3 months were incredibly slow, and then it picked up. That's all for today. I will see you all later.